My mic sounds nice. Check
Check
one.
one. My mic sounds nice. Check two.
Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Read This, Read That. I am a Jackie Reed.
A ho ho ho, baby. I'm Joanne Reed.
Girl, why you sound like a wino? A ho ho ho, baby.
Oh ho ho ho, baby. Because that's the kind of Christmas that I'm living with on this
That's,
year.
that's some Bootsy Collins. That sounds like Bootsy.
Like a little Bootsy Collins, baby. Come on, Bootsy Joanne Reed.
Joanne Bootsy Reed for the holiday
Joanne
season.
Bootsy Reed. That's my name in 2025.
Entire episode of the Re-Out like that.
I should be like, good evening, everybody, and how y'all doing out there in the world today? You want to hear about the shite that's going on in America? Well, just come on and cuddle up to your friend Joanne Reed because Auntie gonna give you all the things that's happening.
You need somebody playing the drums in the background. This is a special Christmas episode of Read This, Read That. So we got our holiday gear. I got my Snoopy Christmas onesie and my black Santa earrings.
Love it. Oh, so cute.
Joanne's got all the background stuff with her.
And I am Black Santa. You see, I'm Black Mrs. Claus.
Reimagined.
And now I don't know if y'all can see Frosty the Snowman, but you see Frosty, he's white in the cartoons, but he's silver, baby, inside of a Joy Reed's home. He's a silver.
I need this voice so much on TV.
It's a little bit Maya Angelou. On the Merry Christmas, the Maya Angelou. It's a little Maya Angelou.
But I like the Maya Angelou, Bootsy Collins hybrid. Oh,
it's a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Baby. So what you drinking there, Miss Jackie?
Okay, so I have more of our Huzzy cocktail, the Long Island. I can't wait. Let me get this right.
See, I'm waiting for my Huzzy in the mail. I was
coming.
So excited.
It's coming. She's gonna send us so many flavors. She's gonna send us a different flavor so we can taste all the flavors. So I still have this Spill the Tea Long Island, but I mixed it because I like a little carbonation. So I mixed it with a little ginger brew, the natural ginger ale that has actual ginger in it, unlike Schweppes. And I don't want to talk about Schweppes, but there are a lot on the shelf that do not have, they have natural flavors in them.
Right, but that has the real thing.
This is the real thing. What are you drinking?
I am drinking my Moet et Chandon, so it's Moet Imperial Rosé, and there's two kinds. There's Moet Nectar Imperial, which is this one, and then there's the Moet Imperial that's more of a brut if you don't want so much sugar. So this one is a little sweeter, but if you just do the Moet Imperial, the more brut one, it's still a lovely rosé and it's very refreshing. But I went with the nectar because I'm sweet.
Yeah, you are. And the coloring told me how sweet it was, how sweet it is.
It's sweet. You have to sip it. If you guzzle it, you're about to be on your back.
that's like a Moscato.
It's like Kool-Aid, basically. It's like
dessert
Mama when you used to get the
wine.
red Kool-Aid, and then Mom used to get the little pack, and you just put your own sugar. Remember? And you just used to pour in the sugar.
So much sugar. It's amazing.
Kept us awake all day.
It's amazing. We didn't have diabetes by the time we got to high school.
I know.
Crazy.
It was this. I think about the stuff that we grew up doing and eating and just we thought nothing of it. We just were doing our thing.
Just
surviving. Gen X life.
Yeah. I know. So I want to get to a special gift that you received for your birthday because you're a December baby. I feel like some gifts, this has probably happened to you before, just kind of extend through Christmas. So this is a birthday Christmas gift that you received from someone who loves you so much. Tell us about your special gift.
Yes. So this falls under the category that we like to call vegan, sexy, cruel. We do know that Miss Jackie Reed has a wonderful, incredible site called vegansexycool.com, but I call her vegan, sexy, cruel because your cousin, my source sister, cousin friend, Jackie Reed, make sure I'm pointing the right way. Jackie Aloysius Reed over here is not just a vegan, but also a vegan terrorist. She's a terrorist. You are a terrorist, because what she does is she not only will encourage you to eat vegan, she will make it so you never want to put another piece of meat in your mouth ever again because you are so horrified by it. So what Miss Jackie Ray did, because she loves me, got me for my birthday more children, because I apparently have not raised enough children. I've raised 3 humans, but vegan Jackie, vegan sexy cruel, said I have not raised enough living things, and so now I have to raise 2 birds. They are turkeys. Here they are. Look how beautiful they are. They're very well behaved. They're very pretty. There they
Yes.
are on their farm. And let's go to a better picture. This is Thelma and Serena. Okay, Thelma and Serena are
Oh,
my new adopted turkeys. And there's a company called Farm Sanctuary. They're an organization that they rescue turkeys from slaughter, and they put
yeah.
them on a farm to live out the rest of their natural little turkey lives so that no one can try to eat them. And so
Yeah.
now Thelma and Serena are adopted on my behalf. Jackie adopted them for me. So these are my children. So now Jackie knows that y'all try to eat these 2 birds, it's your ass. I may not be super gangster, I may have grown up in Denver, but I'm still from Brooklyn. It's your ass. Do not touch my birds. Those are my
So
babies.
see, the
And
next
yes,
time
they can
somebody
read
puts
and
a
write.
turkey wing. See, this is what cage free really means. It's not like a PE break where you get out of the cage for an
Right.
hour. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? This is cage free, where for the
Yeah.
rest of your life, not only are you cage free, but there's not the slaughter of animals going on behind you because
Right.
turkeys are really smart. And so they realize what's happening in the environment that they're in. So
Yeah.
see, look at you saving
And
animals. You are on
saving
your way
animals.
to listen. I gotta
And
figure out
look,
what your vegan brand name is gonna be. Because I've got vegan sexy cool. So I gotta think about that.
my
Something
name
with
is
the
gonna
word
be
joy in it.
it's gonna be called Vegan Sexy Berated by Vegan Sexy Cruel Terrorist Jackie. And this is how you know that someone really knows you, because I've told Miss Jackie this story before. Cousin Jackie knows that the way I became a vegetarian in high school is that Miss Philomena, my mom, called me from her job, which was almost 2 hours away. So when she calls, you got 2 hours to do what she told you to do before she gets home. You get in trouble. So she called and she said, Joanne, because other than Jackie, the one person who called me Joanne is my mom. Joanne, make sure that you clean the chicken before I get home. Clean the chicken, go in the freezer, get the chicken and clean it before I get home. I said, yes, mom. So I go in, thaw the chicken out. I'm out doing my thing, playing, talking on the phone, watching Star Trek, doing whatever. The chicken thaws. I get back up into the kitchen to clean the chicken. You have to soak it in vinegar. You have to do all the stuff, right? Make sure there's no little feathers left on it and clean it off and season it and season. She want me to clean it and season the chicken. You got to season it down. So I am in the process of washing the little guy off. I soaked him in the vinegar, and then, just being silly, I started picking him up because it's a whole bird without the head, and I started dancing it around on the counter. I'm like holding his little arms and making it do a dance. And as I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this little naked chicken, and I said to myself, that looks like a baby. It just started looking like a baby to me, and I was
Yeah.
like
It's
revolted
somebody's
in my
baby. It's somebody's baby.
somebody's. And I was so disgusted that night I couldn't eat it. I literally could not eat it because I had like hung out with this bird, and I was like, this bird is a living thing. I can't eat it. And because I was, my sister was already off in college, and I was the oldest one home. My brother was essentially, he was 5 years younger than me, so he had to do what I said. So I suddenly flipped to being vegetarian. My mom wasn't home until, late. So I had to cook dinner a lot of the time. Listen, I went vegetarian in one day. I went to the store, got on my bike, went and bought me a Betty Crocker cookbook, but it didn't have a lot of vegetarian stuff in it, but it had a few vegetarian meals. And I literally became the vegetarian chef in my house and forced my entire family to be vegetarian. My little brother was like, I can't have no cheeseburgers anymore. I was like, no. He was like, I can't have meatloaf. No. I can't have fried chicken. No. I was literally like a bully. I was vegan, sexy, cruel. And I
So
bought, and
what
because my mom, she couldn't do nothing about it. And so I was making these amazing recipes. You would be very proud of me back then. I was making stuffed peppers. I would get bell peppers and I would stuff them with like potatoes and vegetables. And I was making all these like elaborate meals. I was making
what went
non-cheese
wrong?
quiche.
What happened? Did a pigeon cross you in New York? Like what happened? What took you back to eating the bird? What happened? Why'd you
What
fall
happened?
off the vegan wagon?
And I wasn't vegan. I was just vegetarian. So,
Well,
vegetarian is less intense than vegan, right? You can still eat some things. Like you can still eat cheese because if you're
right.
vegetarian, you don't believe that milking a cow is bad. You know what I mean? So you could eat cheese. So I was still
Well,
eating
it's not just
cheese.
the milking of the cow. You done lit the fire. It's not just milking the cow.
Now
It
I need to
is
drink.
the cows give birth. They instantly take the babies away, the calves away, so they can't drink the milk from the mothers. They are separated, and the little calves are put in cages basically and given, synthetic milk, other milk that's a formula, if you will. And the reason why these cows now can give us their milk is because they're separated from their children. I'll tell you one story that will, if you're on the fence about this. So, and this is a true story about this farmer whose cow had a baby. They had a baby, and the cow would disappear. The cow was pregnant, and the cow would disappear into the woods and then come back because the cow was free to roam, like most cows, like a lot of cows are. It would go into the woods, and they noticed the cow was pregnant, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. The cow would be there grazing, and then it would disappear. And they followed the cow into the woods where she was hiding her calf. And because she was afraid, she knew these animals are so that they would take it, and they
Yeah.
did. They took her calf,
Oh,
even though she went through all
oh,
that to hide it. So with vegans, it's not just, that we don't like cheese or anything. It's about the cruelty of the
yeah.
mother and her calves and all that stuff. And I know everybody's like, oh, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear that. But it's like, it's when you're vegan, you're like, okay, and you as a journalist, you know what I mean? It's like, let me investigate what's really happening here. And so
No,
it really is a form
I
of
hear you.
activism and protecting the animals and having, you know, the just caring enough. I was going to say having the willpower to just say, you know what? I'm going to because you can save 200 farm animals,
Yeah.
turkeys included, a year by going vegan, by one person going vegan.
Yeah. And the reality is that we don't think about where our food comes from. And this is one of the things that when my poor little brother would cry, like, why can't I have a bird? And I was like, because you need to think about where your food comes from. It's not just a thing that's in the store that's this ground beef that came from somewhere. And as Black people, and this is one of the things that's interesting about Black vegans, we as Black people used to be chattel. That chattel slavery means cattle slavery. It means slavery in which you are endemically a slave because you're Black. Your children are slaves and your children's children are slaves. But how you're treated is the cattle part. It's that you're treated the way you would treat a cow. Meaning, if you give birth to a baby, they can take it like they would take a cow's baby. When you give birth to a baby and you start lactating, they don't let you feed your baby. They make you feed the white woman's baby. And so all of your milk goes to the white lady. And
This
then what
is why
happens?
a lot of people say that the idea for how to deal with slaves in America, the people who became slaves, our ancestors, was based on how animals were treated.
Right. Oh,
There's a lot
100%. And
there's a lot of similarity between the two, and that's why it's part of the reason why you had people who were activists in the Black community, like Dick Gregory, like Coretta Scott King, like Angela Davis, like Nikki Giovanni, who were all not just vegetarians,
yeah.
vegans,
And the
right?
reality too is it,
Because they didn't want to be a part of something. If
right.
you're going to be a Black activist, especially back in the day, a lot of them were anti-violence because there was so
Right.
much violence against Black people. And if you're Dick Gregory, famously said, if I'm gonna, he really thought about it, right? You really have to be a critical thinker to really think about veganism and all that kind of a lot of stuff. People like you may want to be a vegan, right? But you just like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to think about it. It's easier for me. You love animals. I know you love animals. And the reason why you're so like anti-vegan is because it's this inner conflict. You
Oh no, it's
want
not an inner conflict. Oh no, ma'am. It's not an inner conflict. It's because I do not have the energy to figure out creative things to cook. Listen, I'm telling you,
That's inner
I would
conflict.
easily go back. But
That's
remember
an
what
inner
I was telling you,
conflict. The
right? And when
conflict is you love animals, you don't want to eat them, but you're eating them, right? For whatever reason. That's a conflict. And that's
right,
why
right,
so many people, not you, I know you love me, but so many people are like, they can't stand vegans because it makes them look in the mirror and deal with the fact that, gee, I do actually love animals, but I'm eating
but
animals
I'm about
on
to
a.
eat them.
But
And
let's get
by
back.
the way, but
What?
by the way, and the last thing I will say is that even some of the things that we suffer from health wise as Black people, a lot of Black folks are lactose intolerant. And one
Yes,
of the reasons we're lactose intolerant is
because it
this
wasn't
whole
meant for
issue
us. Yes.
first of all, humans should not drink the milk of other animals. You should be drinking your own mother's milk. But because so many Black people in slavery were denied their own mother's lactation, we developed over time a tendency toward lactose intolerance and tendencies toward things like diabetes because we were being fed things like sugar water. You remember enslaved women were not being able to feed their own children their own milk because the
So
milk was
they
for
had
white
to give
children.
something else to give them some kind of nourishment. But that is
Correct.
why I say, that's why so many Black activists, right, who really dug deep and you got to let yourself dig into this stuff and do the
Yeah.
research. And that's when, once you do, you'll get to the heart of it and you'll become vegan.
Or
Like,
just adopt two brilliant little turkeys like Thelma and Serena. And listen, y'all at that farm, don't play with me. Make sure that my children are getting a daily bath. They need an oiling. They need their little coats need to be shiny. Their little feathers need to be shiny. Because don't make me come down there. Because when I come there, I'm going to be looking for Thelma and Serena. They better look good. Okay? They
listen,
better be well groomed.
they already know that their mom is famous. I heard they got a little bit of entitlement
They out
going
of control.
on.
They're like, my mama said, I ain't gotta listen to you. No, my mama said, my mama is Joy Every, and she on MSNBC, and she said, no, don't worry about it, Thelma. I got this. Let me just do this because we doing too much, Thelma. Let me do this, okay? I got this. My mama said we ain't got to listen to you, and I need my cell phone back, and you took my cell phone, and my mama said I gotta have my cell phone because my mama said it to me on TV. That's how they talk.
Listen, I can't wait. They're excited about coming home for Christmas. That's all I got to say. So you
listen. You think I'm not gonna go to that farm? See, y'all not playing with me. We're
gonna go. We need to do an episode of read this, read that from that farm. Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So this and you are welcome for your gift. I know you love it.
I love it. Thank you. And I love them. They are so sweet. And I love them so much. I'm going to post about them so everyone can see my babies because I've raised them so well.
All right. So this is a special holiday edition of Read This, Read That. Like I talked about, even though we can talk about veganism at any time, I'm always happy to do.
He's always ready.
They're always ready. Let's talk about some holiday things. It is the holiday season. Let's talk about holiday traditions. Do you have, because you have a lovely family, with your kiddos who are all lovely people, your wonderful husband. So any traditions you all do or any new traditions? What do you all do for Christmas? What's Christmas Day look like for you guys?
So we obviously we do our tree, and I'm the Christmas person in the house. I am the most Christmassy of everyone in the house. So I'm the one insisting that we have either at least one tree and sometimes multiple trees, and we decorate it, etc. But our Christmas tradition for the Reeds, which is different and added to the traditions I grew up with, we always name our trees. And this started when we moved to New York. It was a big disruption for Winston, Jamar, and Miles, for the kids. And so we're in New York, and I wanted to do something to make Christmas fun and festive because for the first time that they can remember, they were in an apartment. We were in an apartment when they were really little, but they don't remember it. Yeah. So they were used to being in a house, and now we were in this apartment in New York. So we decided to get our tree, and we couldn't get a big tree like the one that they were used to. We had to get a smaller tree that could fit in an apartment. So to make it fun and festive, we dressed it up like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, where we made it pretty and made it really cute. And we decided to give the tree a name. So our first named tree was named Treelo Green.
I love y'all for being the blackest family I know.
Yes. And so we have since then had Treonce Snowles. We've had Treeretha Franklin.
Oh my God. I love it.
Every year we come up with a new, and I will tell you, the person who comes up with the bet, every year we each pitch out a name of what we want the tree to be,
Yeah,
and
how do you decide?
Winnie wins every year. Winnie is just really good at puns and analogies, and so we have every tree analogy. We have named these trees because we've been doing this since 2011, and
So
so
what's the
every
name of
year.
the tree this year?
We have not picked it yet because we have not all gathered together. And so we have to all get together and decide on a name. We have not yet. We started to dress our tree up, but giving the tree a name has not happened yet. So I will stay tuned to find out what our name is going to be this year.
Please.
Last year was Treonce Snowles. That was last year.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it.
How about you? What are your traditions?
You know, my tradition switched a little. I used to come home every year to Atlanta, wherever I lived, especially when I was at BET. I would come home for like 2 weeks every year. And I'd just be in the Atlanta area. My mom would cook a big dinner. She would do a big Christmas spread. Chris Tucker actually came to our house one year.
Oh, wow.
For Christmas dinner. A friend of mine came over and he just we had no idea. He just happened to bring Chris Tucker with him. And when I tell you, Chris Tucker fixed his plate, sat down in the den and went to town. And he was so lovely and just wonderful and just as sweet as could be. But he was just regular. Like, he's just a really cool dude. And even my grandmother, unfortunately, called him Chris Rock. And I was like, oh, no, Grandma. But, but he
that is an epic story.
He looked at me and laughed. Like, he was so cool. He was
that
so
goes
cool.
in the memoir. Put it in the memoir.
Yes. So we used to have a big gathering at my mom's house. But then, once my dad died, my mother was like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. It's a lot of work to do a big Christmas spread. And so I was like, if we're not going to do that anymore, I'm going to stay in New York. And so what I started doing, because I very much believe I love Christmas.
Me too.
But what you make it, it does it doesn't have to be what other people, it can be exactly what Christmas means to you. And for me, I was single, living in New York. And so I would have a lot of friends over who couldn't get home and do their own thing. And so I would make this big Christmas spread. But that morning, I had a tree. I would, of course, buy myself a gift, wrap it up, put it under the tree, and open it. I didn't purchase. I had my own Christmas thing going on. And then that night, my girlfriend, Catrice, would come over and we would, she would bring food. I would cook a lot. And then other friends would come. Some years we did this for years, Catrice and I. Some years it would just be the two of us, like in our pajamas, watching movies, having a good time. Every year it was just something different. But that became like my holiday tradition while I was, Sex in the City in New York all by myself.
Right.
So
I love that, and I have to add one more thing. And I don't know if you have a Christmas song, like literally to me. And this goes back to, when I was growing up.
We got a whole section on Christmas songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a whole rundown.
I'm a hold it. I'm gonna hold my thoughts. Hey, let's call Thelma and Serena. Thelma, Serena, what y'all doing? Y'all behaving yourselves? Don't play with me. I don't want to hear nothing back from them people at that farm saying you've been misbehaving. Don't look at me like that, Thelma. You know what I said to you. You heard me. Get Serena in line. Go help.
Apparently, it's time to talk about our favorite Christmas song. But it has to be a Black Christmas song. What's your favorite Black Christmas song?
Well, first of all, aren't all the great Christmas songs Black Christmas songs? Like, I did a pop quiz for my my team the other day, and I'm going to give you the pop quiz too. What are the first words? What are the opening lines of Silent Night?
Woo 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 woo. No, no, it's
in my mind.
In my mind. That's right.
In my mind. Okay, and they didn't know. I was like, see, that's because that's the only version.
It's the only one.
It's Silent. I only know that version.
Whenever I sing it, I only sing that version.
In my mind. It starts with woo, 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 woo. And then they say, in my mind. That's the first words. Okay, but my favorite Christmas song, when I was growing up, I knew it was Christmas because I would be coming out of my sleep. You try to wake up super early and to go see the presents. And we would get up, we'd run downstairs and see what the presents were. Because my mom did what I do, which is you wouldn't have all the presents there and then you think there was a little bit of presents, and she would hide the other presents. Then she would get up overnight and then put all the presents. So when you wake up in the morning, you'd feel like Santa came and all the presents were there. So we would get up and we would try to sneak and peek, but we weren't allowed to open anything until Christmas originally initially opened with my mother playing Mahalia Jackson. When you hear the Mahalia Jackson music, you knew it was Christmas. So now
Mahalia
at my
Jackson.
era, oh, she would play some Mahalia. My mother loved Mahalia Jackson.
You have a
But when
Christmas album?
she would just play Mahalia Jackson. She just loved Christian. She just loved church music, Christian music. She would
Oh,
just play
okay,
church,
okay,
and then
okay.
she would play a whole medley of other Christian songs, but it would be like Mahalia. But what I do is my kids know it's Christmas when my favorite Christmas song begins to play, which is hang on the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better. Do 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 do. This Christmas. This
And
Christmas is the greatest Christmas song, but I only want that original version. I don't want to hear the Chris Brown version. Give me the original brother. Give me the brother. Give me the original version. That is the
yeah,
greatest Christmas song to me.
that is a good one. I would go with Nat King Cole with chestnuts roasting on an open fire,
Yes, yes, yes.
sniffing at your
At
nose.
your nose. And that's the only version of that song that I
That's
recognize. Like,
the only version. I mean, this Christmas I will accept the version by Layla Hathaway. Um,
but Donnie Hathaway's version is so
is
classic. I
wonderful.
will take Layla, but I'm just telling you, the
I
Donnie
listen.
Hathaway, that version of this Christmas to me is Christmas.
It is, but you got to accept the daughter, who just has, I love her voice. I listen, I love Layla Hathaway. And
And
so,
nothing against Chris Brown, because Chris Brown throws down on his version too.
yeah.
But to me, you can play that version, but it's not
But I,
Christmas
I guess
until
I love the family connection. I love that it's his
yeah,
daughter continuing the
yeah.
tradition. It's just so sweet. I love it. But yeah, I love the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. And the Jackson 5 Christmas album. I saw Mommy
Listen,
Kissing Santa Claus.
I saw Mama kissing Santa
Kissing, kissing
Claus
Santa
under
Claus.
the moonlight last
That's
night.
such a great album.
I
Oh,
love it.
like
I
if you
love it.
had to,
But you
oh,
gotta play the
and then
Black
Luther
Christmas hits.
Vandross. Every year, da, da,
Oh,
da,
and
every
every
Christmas.
year.
Oh, I love
Ooh,
that
I have a
song.
whole so I have a whole playlist of the Black Christmas classics that has all of it. It's got Silent Night by the Mighty Tempting Temptations. It's got everything, and that's
Yeah,
that's my playlist. And
I love
okay,
it.
this is another question I have for you because this is like a controversy. Not everybody agrees on this. The
Okay.
Mariah Carey Christmas song, love it or hate it?
I love it. I love Mariah. I love that song. And I love all the things on social media with her voice going, it's time. And they try to start it early. No, I love Mariah. And
Remember
I
when
love
she was cold and she couldn't get, and she was like, so they had her. There's first of all, I love my favorite meme of the Mariah Carey song is when they thaw her out every Christmas and she's literally in on ice until like December 24th, and they thaw her out so she could sing that one song. They put her back in ice. And the one time they had her at Rockefeller and it was so cold. I do actually remember that year. It was so bitter cold that her voice box was like
Oh yeah.
freezing. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, because temperatures matter when you use your instrument that is your voice for a living. But yeah,
And let's remember
I
Eartha
love
Kitt, Santa Baby. Let's not forget Eartha Kitt, Santa Baby,
oh, I
classic.
love
The
that
only version of that song I will recognize is Eartha Kitt. Don't play me
song.
nothing but Eartha Kitt's version of that song.
Love, love, love. But it's funny because I don't get to hear these songs as much until I whip out my playlist because I'm not driving anymore. I used to drive, and listen to, and when I'm in Atlanta, I'm usually listening to WCOK, which is a jazz station. But
Yeah,
I just don't go around that. Like, but growing up, you're always in the car, or your mom's playing the radio, so you're hearing these songs. But I love it
yeah.
if I'm at a department store or like I was at this place here in Georgia called Black Wall Street, which is
Mm.
I got to take you there when you come here. It's a fabulous black owned facility with all these black owned shops. And so I went there yesterday and I did some shopping and just the black music playing all the Black Christmas music playing while we were there, which I loved so much. Okay.
Oh, by
So
the way, we got a parachute in from Brianna, from one of our producers, Brianna. The Emotions. What do the lonely do at Christmas? And that one it's a sad song, but
no, but let me tell you my funniest memory from that song is, when I was doing the Tom Joyner morning show, I, along with our and Alexander Smalls, our friend from Harlem,
yes.
great chef, we were hosting a singles New Year's Eve party. And we were going to have dating coaches there, and it was a whole thing. And when I tell you, I was so excited, but we were selling tickets. And so when I would come on the Joyner show, I would start talking about this singles New Year's Eve party. And as I'm talking about this, J. Anthony Brown, who is your biggest fan, who is also a part of the show,
He's
is singing
hilarious.
very like I'm talking, hey, like be me. Talk about, hey, you guys, you got to come to this party. And
Hey
I'm gonna
guys, you
be
got to come to this party. It's really important that we're going to get there. We're going to have such a great time. We're going to
at
have singles.
Christmas.
You're going to get to meet
Oh,
somebody, and you're going to find
what
you
do
a
the
boo
lonely
on this
do
Christmas. You know what's going to be under
at
your tree? A
Christmas? What
fabulous
do they
new
do?
boo.
What do they
A
do
good
at Christmas?
relationship.
He would always, when I'm talking about what do the lonely do, because I'm having a singles Christmas party.
Oh, come on now, Jay. We got
So
to,
that's
we
my
got to get Jay
favorite.
on the podcast. Where's Jay at? We need to get
Oh,
him on
he's
the
dying to
podcast.
come. Listen, he is dying to come. But yeah, there's so
Please.
many great Christmas
Yes.
songs. But I have to talk about Black Santa because
Please.
yeah, I have to talk about Black Santa because I have been, I recently relocated back to Atlanta after being in New York and living in different cities for so long. And one of the things I would brag about all the time, you see, I got my Black Santa earrings, was
I
in
see.
Atlanta, we ain't have
Santa
nothing but Black Santa. I don't know nothing about nothing but no Black Santa. And I was like, I've never, interacted with the white Santa. Girl, I came home, looked through some photographs, and found this. Camille.
Oh, look at your face.
Girl, even Santa, everybody knew this was a problem.
Everybody knew it was a
Holly,
problem.
my sister Holly is not happy. I'm not happy.
This is
Girl,
amazing.
my parents, I don't know if I can ever forgive you for this.
I have to tell you, the look on both of your faces are
And
so
Santa.
hilarious because
Santa.
your look is, why does white man holding me? Why does white man holding me, Baba? Baba, why did white man holding me? I don't know who this is. This ain't Santa. Santa black, Baba. Why did white man hold? Can this white man get down? I want to get down.
I look like my mama. My mama was saying, if you don't fix your face right now, and because I probably said to Santa, because I was very outspoken as a child. Surprise.
Surprise.
I probably said to him, I want a Black Santa. Where's the Black Santa? I would have said that right in front of this, this man.
He was probably like, oop.
I look like I probably was about to get popped. I'm looking off, but I'm probably looking at my mother, who was probably like,
you both look, yes, you looking right at somebody, and that's definitely Mama Reed, who's telling you if you don't fix your face. And he's looking too like, is this gonna be okay? I don't know what to do.
Girl, I couldn't believe this. I have been bragging about only knowing Black Santa all my life, and here is the evidence to the contrary.
That it's not true. I actually have a photo just like this with my sister and I sitting on the lap of a Santa. It's lost in my many lost photos, unfortunately. I wish I still had it, but I have the equivalent photo. I grew up mostly with white Santas. And, and my mother was one of those people who literally we would only get to watch like Miss Universe and Miss America until all the black ladies got kicked off, and then we would have to turn it off. She would literally stop watching. She only watched beauty pageants to see how long the black people would last. And then I'm like, Mom, can we watch the rest? And she was like, no. And then we would wait till the 11 o'clock news to find out who won. But the year that what's her name, that Vanessa Williams won, baby. But we never could find Black Santas. But I can tell you that right now, in the honor of Philomena, Augustina, Carol Lamina, every year, and really not just her, but also the people who the right wingers who have an attitude about there being a Black Santa, just to troll them, and also because Santa can be anything that we want it to be. Every year on every show that I've ever done, we have booked the best Black Santa. His name is Santa Larry.
Yeah, we had him on Read This, Read That a while back.
the Santa from Mall of the Americas, who's the most authentic Santa I've ever seen. His beautiful natural beard. He has the perfect Santa beard, and he has the best Santa attitude. And I just had him on the readout for our Christmas Eve special, and he even got in that Jesus is the reason for the season. He's a Santa that knows that
Not just Jesus, Joyanne, Black Jesus.
Black Jesus is the reason for the season.
Come on, Santa is Black and Jesus is Black. That's all we recognize on this show. So y'all can get mad all you want to if you disagree, but listen.
We only deal in facts. We're journalists.
Exactly that. If there is a Santa, he Black. I tell you that much.
Because he's like he's like the opposite of like colonization. Like he comes into your house and gives you gifts. He's like, I'm bringing things, and also he has a labor force, right? That works.
I love a labor force.
Well, I mean, his labor force works like 24/7, like Amazon workers. You know, they work like Amazon workers.
Are they unionized, the elves?
I feel like because they're like Amazon, they're not unionized, and that's what Black people been dealing with our whole lives. We work really hard.
Girl, I gotta fuss at my dog like a Black mama. Hold on, Bernie, get over here. Stop all that barking. Get over here. Let's go. Girl.
All I want to say is Thelma and Serena behave themselves and do not bark during read this, read that.
Wait until we go to the farm sanctuary and have them as part of the show. I cannot wait.
I'm going to hug them both under each arm like, look at my babies.
This better not be a mommy dear situation where they're like,
no, that's not how they talk. They talk like, excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. My mama said I have my cell phone, babe. My cell phone. Damn.
Is this corn organic? What is this? What is this?
My auntie Jackie said I'm only supposed to have organic food because my auntie Jackie said that I had to eat healthy because I have to eat a really special diet. And she said I can't eat that.
I want to live forever. What is this?
I know. I'm trying to be healthy. And so I really think that don't look organic to me. I think that has pesticides in it and I can eat that.
I love the trailer.
My auntie Jackie and my mama said I can eat that. Sorry.
What is this? What is that? Okay, let's talk about favorite Black Christmas movies. Do you have any? What Christmas movies do you love? And I have to say, before we answer this, I know you talked about growing up. When we were kids, there weren't all these options. There was Charlie Brown.
There was Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown Christmas. Watch it every year.
There was the Grinch. There were all these things. A Year Without Santa, Miracle on 34th Street, A Wonderful Life. There really wasn't, and some of the Wonderful Life movies like that predate us, but those were the things that you saw every Christmas. Correct. And so there's a part of us that does have an affinity for these things, right?
Yes.
Like every year when I watch Christmas movies, I will watch Love Actually, which there are some.
I love that movie. Love it.
Every year.
Love it.
Of course, I watch A Christmas Story. But I also have my favorite Black movies, but they're newer, like Jingle Jangle is one of my absolute favorites.
Okay.
Candy Cane Lane, which is a new one that stars Eddie Murphy and Tracee Ellis Ross. It came out last year. But when I tell you this is such a lovely holiday movie, a family-friendly movie. And so I'm adding to my list. And of course, I am addicted to Christmas movies anyway. I really start watching them early. And so Hallmark and Lifetime, I'm watching all the movies. But when they star Black people, don't give me a Vivica Fox holiday movie.
Oh,
we own. Now we talking. I'm gonna get my cocoa, my vegan cocoa, and we are set. So what holiday movies do you love? Do you have any? Well,
and by the way, I want to add one for you that you can enjoy. It is called One Fine Christmas, and it stars your friend and my big sister, June Carroll. And it is actually really good. It came out in 2019. It's called One Fine Christmas, and it is a Black.
I have not heard of this.
One Fine Christmas, and my sister's in it. So watch that. But here's so my favorite holiday movie. You are not going to think this is a Christmas movie, but it is one of the, I don't like watching movies over. I tend to just not watch. I like to watch a movie and be done. But
You
there's
don't watch
one
the same
movie.
Christmas movies every year?
No. Those Christmas movies I watch, the ones you named, are the ones I've watched every year growing up. We watch the same movie every year: Frosty the Snowman. We watch Charlie Brown Christmas. All the ones you mentioned, Love Actually. When I got older, all of that. We watched all those movies. But my actual favorite Christmas tradition and Christmas Black movie that I watch, and I have seen it basically every year since I can remember, is The Wiz. And people don't think of The Wiz as a Christmas movie, but that opening scene when they're having the dinner, when the message of the love that we share, that love that we share it happens at Christmas. I don't think people realize that the story in The Wiz is that they're having Christmas. I don't know if it's on Christmas, but it is in the dead of winter in New York City that Dorothy and her family are having a family dinner. And that is when Dorothy chases Toto outside into the blizzard
But is
and
it a
ends up.
Christmas?
To me, it is. And I know it's not strictly for real, for normal people, a Christmas movie, but it is for me. Because that's when I love to sit down on.
Again.
I think to me it's a Christmas movie because I feel like that opening dinner.
So it is a Christmas movie. If it's a Christmas
It's my
movie
Christmas
to you,
tradition. And it's like I
just
got my
like Die
kids
Hard.
like Die Hard. So Die Hard is technically takes place at Christmas. So I feel like if a movie takes place with a Christmas theme in it, it is a Christmas movie. And look, The Wiz is about family. It's about family you choose as well as family that's your family. It's about love. It's about loss. This is Dorothy who's being raised by her auntie because her mom is gone. It's got all the things. It's got love. It's got gifts. It's got everything. It's got Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and Nipsey Russell.
And it's got the animals, Toto.
It's got the animals, and it's got the liberation of animals. You should love it because it is about the liberation of the flying monkeys are being held captive, and they are liberated by Dorothy. So it's got everything.
Christmas movie, it is a vegan movie.
It's a vegan Christmas movie. Look at God.
God bless us, everyone.
Come on, God bless us, everyone. It is my Christmas movie.
Okay. Yeah. Next topic. Do you, when it comes to receiving gifts, because I know you are an amazing gift giver, but when it comes to receiving gifts, Joy Ann Reid, do you like for people to know exactly? Do you like to give them a list of what to buy, or do you like to be surprised?
I like to be surprised.
Of course.
I do, because I don't care what I get. To be honest, I just want to open a gift. As long as I have something, and I feel like everyone at the Christmas needs to have something to open. As long as everyone has something to open, I honestly don't care what it is. I don't care what I get. I like anything. I just want to open something because to me, it's really more being together and opening a gift and just the idea that you gave me something, and I'm just happy with whatever it is. There's never been a gift that I didn't love. So I just love having a surprise and being able to rip off that paper. It's like the whole process of like ripping the paper off and, throwing in it. Look, I was pleasantly surprised by my turkeys.
That's a great gift. But you know what? This whole thinking explains so much about you, about why it's hard for you to say no, the niceness of it, that you would never be offended that somebody would get you some crazy gift or something that clearly came from like the airport, or they gave you something that you gave them.
Re-gift, right?
A re-gift, something. Or just put no thought in it. Gave you a vacuum cleaner or a bottle cleanser, and you're just like, oh, this is.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, you're so sweet, thank you. No, I like having a gift. What about you? Do you want to be surprised, or you want to know?
I like to be surprised. Hold on, Bernie. Hey, get over here. Get. Oh, come. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Girl, I'm tired of it. I feel like I work at a nursery school.
It's like they're like a child.
As I was saying,
I got two of them laying on the floor, so trust me, girl, I overstand.
They're gonna start barking when they hear these clowns. Stop it. Anyway, if a person is a good gift giver, I don't mind. A lot of people, listen, are not great gift givers. And I think that they acknowledge that. And so they want you to tell them, hey, this is what I want. It just makes it easier. Like my sister and my mom and I, what you want? What do you want?
Oh no,
What
I
do you
agree with
want?
you on
And
giving
that's
because
what we
I don't
do.
know what to give people. I never know what to do. I'm like
Yeah.
flummoxed. So
Yeah.
tell me what to give you, but I'll take whatever you give me.
Oh my God, girl, we got so much work to do. By the time I finish with you, you're gonna be like, look, this gonna be you. What the fuck is this?
What made you think that was a good idea?
Who thought this was a good idea? No, no. Who thought this was a good? That's gonna be you very soon. What the fuck I'm supposed to do with this? I told you, I just need like a good week in your body
We're
to
gonna
give
do
people
a
different
swap, right? You're gonna jump in my
Freaky
body, and
Friday,
it's gonna be
girl,
change my life.
girl, and you're gonna be like, oh, people are gonna think of me. Wow, she's just, oh my God, she's just so kind and thoughtful. What is happening? What do you mean, Jackie? We can go to any restaurant that I choose. What do you mean you don't mind that there's no vegan food there? Really? And
It's gonna
I'll
be a
be
great
looking
week.
at another thing. Gather around, everybody. It's some new things.
It's a new day, bitch.
First off, nobody called me before noon. I mean it. You're blocked. If you do, I'm blocking you for life. You are blocked. No, but yeah, I like, I like nice gifts. I like what I like. Because otherwise you end up wasting it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't end up really using it. And we're all already over consuming in this country.
Oh,
So why not just make sure you
it's
are
something
giving
you want.
something? Yeah, like I'm all for regifting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Uh if somebody is like, I want to give her something, give me something, that's a good gift,
Yeah.
you know.
And that you
Um,
want.
that's something that I want, or something
Well,
that's around your house that you don't want
that you
anymore.
don't want. And I will tell you, with our kids, we're very much about do your Santa list. Even though our kids are adults, we always if possible, make me a list of what you want. Because now, once the kids get older, when they're little, they'll take almost anything. But when and even then, we would do and by the way, because of course I still have some of their Santa lists that are so cute when they were little kids. Of
Oh,
course
you
I do.
did.
I still have some of their Santa lists, but but like now that they're adults, it's like now they're impossible to buy for. It's easy enough to just give them money because these kids, you don't know what they want. They have every electronic gizmo. They want stuff that I don't even know what it is. They haven't heard of these video games. So now as they've gotten older, it's been like, I need a specific list from you. But this year, what we
Yeah.
decided to do, both because I think there is too much overconsumption and because they waste a lot of the gifts we've gotten them, we decided to pare down the gift giving this year because normally we have just so many gifts that it's ridiculous. Then now we're like, look, everybody, you need one gift. Like, you don't need a bunch of stuff. We are not little kids anymore. We're trying to we're paring it way down this year and keeping it because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people in Gaza don't have Christmas. You know what I mean? People in Bethlehem, little town of Bethlehem, is basically under siege because what's
Right.
happening in Israel
Come on,
and
talk about
Palestine,
that.
and
Exactly.
Gaza is under siege. And I just feel like with all that's happening in Sudan and Congo and just all over the world, and even
And
in
even
here in
in
the
the
United
US, I mean,
States,
even
oh,
here in the
what's
United
happening with
States,
us?
there's so much poverty and people,
So much poverty.
homelessness, and the people,
And by the
who
way, if the
don't even have
government
something to eat for Christmas.
right. And if
So,
government shuts down, we're talking about a lot of
mm,
federal workers not really getting to have a Christmas where people are putting Christmas gifts on their credit cards. And because the government is going to shut down, they're not going to have the money to pay it. And so it's like, this is going to be a tough Christmas for a lot of people. And also just how people feel right now in the wake of the election. It doesn't feel like a year to overspend and overconsume.
listen, as Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 say every year, why don't you give love on Christmas Day?
That's it. Come on now. Give love.
Just give some love.
Or just give
I'd
some
rather
turkey.
somebody
Give
just say
somebody some
Merry
turkey for love.
Christmas as opposed to getting me something that I'm not going to use and I don't
Right.
want. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Give me
Then I
something
got
that
to take it to
shows.
Goodwill or something like that.
I agree.
And who wants that? Who
And
wants
who
me
wants
giving your
that?
gift to Goodwill? you
There you
know,
go. There you
listen.
go.
So if people are looking for something to watch on Christmas Day, as opposed to all the movies that we recommended,
Mm.
a Beyonce will be
Ooh.
performing live at an NFL game between, you don't have to look up who was playing, the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. She's from Houston, and it's going to be on Netflix. And they're starting the game off with a recording of, I shouldn't say the game, but the event off with a recording of Mariah Carey singing her song that we both love so much.
Mm.
But Beyonce will be performing at halftime at this show on Christmas Day, and you can watch it on Netflix.
You know what? And Baltimore is the team that is going to be my new team, because now that I am a Marylander, and I
Oh,
spend
that's
a lot of my time in Maryland, and I think Maryland is amazing. It's American Wakanda because it's super black governor, black mayor in Baltimore. It's it's just blackity black, and we just love Baltimore, and we love the fight in Maryland. Maryland is like, we're not doing crazy stuff. We're not doing crazy policy. We're going to protect abortion rights. Thanks. Women
yeah.
have rights here. Yeah, we're human. Women are human in Maryland. We're not going to have the okey doke. We love Maryland. So have decided, I grew up very much into NFL football. And then I was a Denver Bronco fan forever. And then on the NFC side, I was a New York Giants fan. But now I've kind of dumped both of those teams. And I've decided I'm going to be a Baltimore Ravens fan. So Baltimore is now my team. I'm adopting them as my new team. So I shall be watching this game and enjoying it, enjoying the Beyonce.
Halftime with Beyonce on Christmas Day. It's like
I
a
love it.
Christmas miracle. It's a Christmas gift. I love it. Like that's
I
all
love
I need.
it.
That's all I need. I can't wait to see
Same.
what he does. Right?
I love this for us.
Right? This is a
Yes,
this is
and especially because it's Baltimore, which is again the mayor that the right tried to call the DEI mayor, and he said, yeah, because duly elected incumbent. Boop.
ah,
He literally he washed their faces right in it. He rubbed their little noses in their little racism. I love the Baltimore. Oh, the Baltimore mayor is dope. We have a
yeah,
great this is a great state. I really think Maryland is dope. And our buddy Michael Steele is from here, who's
yeah.
like the coolest Republican that we know.
I love
And
this
it's
man
like,
so much. I love Michael Steele. We went to
love
Jamaica
him.
together. Do you know we went to Jamaica together?
No, do tell.
I went on this trip to Jamaica hosted by Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee Simmons at the time. And they brought a whole group of us down there. It was me, Leon, Leon from
Oh,
why
the
am I
actor Leon.
yes, the actor Leon, who just goes by Leon. I love him so much. We all bonded so much. It was a whole group of us that came down there for this charity organization in Jamaica. And the hotel that we were staying in, because we were in Kingston, which was a really interesting situation. The hotel we got quarantined inside our hotel because Kamora snuck her dogs into the hotel, into the country. And so it was a whole thing. But Michael Steele was on that trip with us, and we
Interesting.
orphanages. We did like a whole it was this whole group of celebrities that that were a part of this. Um, there was a big gala and everything at this place, like way up in the mountains. I really thought we were going to drive off of the cliff. Our driver was
Wow.
driving so fast. It was like this whole. We were there for a week at this
Wow.
in Kingston, Jamaica, and Michael Steele was there.
You got stories, girl. You done two just in this podcast. You better write this book. Your memoir is gonna be the bomb.
It was an interesting time, but yes, it was quite the trip. It was
He is
quite the trip.
hilarious. He's so
I
fun. We gotta
love
get him
him
on the
so
pod too.
much.
Let's bring him on. Book
I
him.
love the morning show that he does with Simone and the other young lady. I love how
Elisa
down to earth and real
Menendez.
they are. Yes,
The
listen, every
weekend.
Saturday and Sunday I am watching that show. Your show Monday through Friday. I watch The Readout 7 o'clock on MSNBC, and then I watch their show on Sunday. I mean on Saturday and Sunday, and that's it.
That's all you
That's
need.
the only news I watch. I'm
That's
done
all
with
you need.
everything else. I'm done with everything else. But all right, that is it for this Christmas holiday edition of Read This or Read
Hang
That.
on the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better. Do 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 do. this Christmas, and as we what is it next? As we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. Do-do-do-do. This Christmas,
The fireside is blazing bright.
blazing bright,
We're
we're
caroling
caroling through the
night.
night, and
And
this
this
Christmas
we
will
can roll the credits here. A very special Christmas
special
from
Christmas
me.
for
Yeah.
me. Ba-da-dum-ba-bam-ba-bam-ba-ba-ba-ba. Shake a hand now. That's the Christmas song. That's it? That's the best one. We love it.
I ain't mad at it.
Well,
I
happy
ain't mad.
and Merry Christmas, Jacque Reed. I wish you a wonderful Merry Christmas. I hope you, Mama, Miss Holly, the dogs, Bernie better behave his little self. And we wish you a wonderful Merry Christmas.
Same to you and all the Reeds under that roof. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday. I know there will be some additions in there because you are a gatherer. You collect people, beautiful people, lovely people. So I know it's going to be a big celebration under that roof.
I got cousins.
You guys listen for days. For days. She be collecting
for days. We're going to have a really great time. And guess what the great thing is, Miss Jacque?
What?
No turkey. How about that? No turkey.
Yay! We love it.
Can't eat
Listen,
kids.
we'll take it.